Well, there you go. That was the last sunset of 2019, at least around these parts. And it was goodbye to the year that was and hello to the year that is, because it's the 1st of January 2020 here in New Zealand. We're on the edge of the international date line, which means everything happens first here. And the new year has arrived. Now, at this time of the year, it's traditional for full-time YouTubers to engage in telling you how terrible their year has been, how they're nearly burnt out, all the stress of making videos every day. It's just too much. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to break the mold because I've had a great year. I really enjoyed 2019 and I'm really looking forward to 2020 because I have the best job in the world. I get to do what I want to do every day, and despite that, my bills are still paid at the end of the month. Most months I have covered my costs, which is pretty good. It's all you can wish for. In fact, I did a bit of a quick recce, a bit summary, and I ended 2019 with almost exactly the same amount of money in the bank that I started with, which is not very much, but it's enough to pay the bills. And for that, I have to thank all of you people who watch my videos, and especially my Patreon supporters who, out of the kindness of their hearts, have contributed a little monthly stipend to help cover those costs, because the costs are not insignificant. And they add up. In YouTube's contributions by way of ad revenues, I mean, we all know. And YouTube keeps working really hard to deny us any kind of revenues, like copper and, demonetization for goodness knows what, randomly half the time. But, it just things you got to live with. And that's what I live with. So yeah, I'm pretty upbeat because, of course, it helps that it's summer here now. Finally, summer arrived. Yesterday, the final day of 2019, was the first really summery day we've had. It was beautifully fine, beautifully clear. I'll put a bit of footage on the end of this little talking head video so you can see what I'm talking about. But I need to talk about what's going to happen in 2020. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. And I guess I have to say that things are changing. Things are changing. Now, for those who haven't seen this channel before, there must be one of you who's new to the channel. This is my X-Jet channel. This is where I promote the hobby. It's where I try and introduce people to the hobby, and for those who are already in the hobby, I like to give you some entertainment. Now, if you look very carefully, you'll see that most of the videos I publish involve a bit of laughing, both by the people in it and hopefully by the people who watch them, because for a hobby to be any good, it's got to be fun. Everyone loves fun, and so I try and make the hobby fun. And generally, I guess I succeed because people keep coming back for more. I have another channel, RC Model Reviews, in which I try to save you a bit of money. Now, I review products objectively, scientifically, and without commercial bias or prejudice. I don't have any affiliate links on my RC Model Reviews channel because I don't shill for manufacturers, I don't shill for retailers, don't shill for distributors. I just tell it like it is. And that makes me kind of unique in the YouTube space, because most people, when they review a product, they'll put a link to the affiliate link to the product. So when you buy it, they get a bit of coin in their pocket. Now, that's fair enough. If that's the way they want to do it, that's fine. I've got no problems with that. But because I don't do that, hopefully you can be pretty sure that if I say something's good, it's good. And I'm able to say something's crap when it's not very good. And that's where you save your money. Also, put a bit of educational stuff on there. I'll tell you how the technology works so that you'll be better informed if and when you go to buy a new product, because this hobby is just basically, the technology is moving forward at a fantastic pace. That, of course, has led to a few problems, hasn't it? Because we've just seen some really draconian regulations proposed in the USA, and I see my role, as I say, my role in the hobby is to promote it, to be an advocate, and to inform and educate. New role has really come to light in the last year or two, and that is to protect the hobby. I'm out here battling for you guys in the face of ridiculous regulation that's now being rolled out by desk pilots. People who sit behind a desk and who probably have never flown a model aircraft, let alone an FPV drone or a long-range FPV, but they're going to tell us that it's all too dangerous and that we should listen to them because they know what's safe and what's not, even though they have no practical experience. No, it doesn't work that way, I'm sorry. So I'm spending more and more of my time coming up with evidence, facts, logical, reasoned argument against these ridiculous regulations that are now being foisted on us, because as we know, we basically had free reign in the 0 to 400 foot airspace because nobody used it. No, it wasn't used for anything else. It was worthless to manned aviation. But now that the drone era has arrived, a lot of companies see some commercial value in our airspace, and they don't want us in there. They don't want us polluting their airspace. They want us out of the way so they can put in their drone delivery services and all the other stuff that they've got planned. And when there's money involved, the rights of people get stomped on. So I'm having to work very hard to try and protect that. And there's more videos coming up on this. I've done a rant, and there'll be a follow-up talking about the strategies that we can use to safeguard our hobby from what is going to be otherwise complete decimation. We're going to be absolutely stuffed. But that's not this video. However, I have to say again that it's only thanks to the contributions of my Patreon supporters that I'm going to be able to do this. It's going to be even more important in 2020. I will still be making lots of videos for XJet and RC model reviews, but more and more of my time will be spent trying to protect the hobby from out of control regulators. And that doesn't generate me any money. Doing that doesn't make me a bean. I've got to research things, and I've got to talk to people at length, and I've got to try and lobby politicians and bureaucrats. I don't get a cent for that. So the Patreon support is absolutely critical to that. And I thank you very much. Everyone in the hobby should be thanking my Patreon supporters, because they are going to be helping provide the backbone of support we need to overcome this ridiculous wave of ridiculous regulation. So there you go, that's what I've got planned anyway. So your support's really, really handy. I don't pitch my Patreon. I don't say, at the end of every video, oh, sign up to my Patreon, because I figure that people who watch my videos, not everyone can afford to spend me, throw me $1 a month. I mean, a lot of people, I don't support anyone on Patreon. I can't afford it. I only have $1 or less left over at the end of every month. I can't afford to support other people on Patreon. I really wish I could. But I know there are people out there who do have a few coin left, and they do support me. Yay for you. Otherwise, just watch the videos. I mean, the advertising revenue is small, but it is essential. And, I've been threatening for years to bring out some swag. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know. It's just a case of time. I have so little time. Going to have even less time in 2020. But there you go. That's a little bit of an insight into what's going to be happening. And of course, like everyone, I've had my trials, my tribulations, my challenges, health thing. You've probably seen my Parkinson's hasn't progressed at the rate I feared it might, possibly because of all the extra work I've done to keep myself fit and control my diet and find things that help. And so it is getting worse, but nowhere near at the rate I feared. So I'm still flying, perhaps hopefully for another year. I was pretty bad yesterday, but I didn't take much of my meds, so I'll just have to ramp my meds up again. But I'm still capable of flying, and that's the main thing. And when I'm not capable of flying, I'll be stuck behind a desk fighting for you guys against the regulators. That's where I see myself in a few years' time, because I love a challenge. I love a fight. And certainly getting plenty of them from the FAA and CAA and CASA and all those organisations that want to steal the airspace we've been using quite safely for so long. Anyway, I'll be doing another video also very shortly. A member of my family needs some help. And as I say, I only have $1 left at the end of the day, so I can't financially support them. It's a health thing. I'll do a video on that. I think I'd be very grateful if people could chip in and lend a hand there. That would be a great way of showing any support that you have for me and what I do in a tangible way. But I'll do a video on that. I'm not going to do this video. So there you go. That's it. That was my 2019. That's what I hope is going to be my 2020. And I'll leave you with a little bit of footage from yesterday, the last day of 2019 at the flying field. Notice we've got a model aircraft flying at an airfield, but you will not see any bodies. You will not see any downed aircraft. And you've got to ask yourself, why the hell do people behind desks think this is so evil? Anyway, to the video.